I want to talk about the beer episode, even though we're not going to do it this week, though.
That's his face when he has an erection. He analyzed the erection.
Like, I could see this being useful.
It just shoots out binary code.
Yeah, just ones and zeros all over the fucking room.
Yeah,
What if when I threw my hat, there was a tinier hat underneath it?
So I've had this idea for like as long as I can remember to make this sort of buttery, eggy, doughy thing. I don't really know what it should be, but that's like the idea. And anytime I try to make it, it never turns out how I'm picturing that product.
So vanilla is probably welcome here, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What about a vanilla swirl as like a sort of a starting point?
I'm down to put vanilla swirl. Max.
And Chef's a bigger fan of it than I am.
Yeah, but I don't know if I see it here.
The reason I was suggesting that was because of the that ice cream trinity. I was like, oh, maybe that would be a nice little accoutrement.
From trying it in the past, one thing I've learned is that like you want to go for like a rich, heavy custard and then like thin it out with something. And I feel like vanilla swirl is a great option to do that.
Yeah, I feel like cat vanilla custard is probably too heavy. What do you think? Do you think it's too heavy?
I think it is heavy, but I think it could work. Like honestly, I'm so lost when it comes to doing this correctly.
Yeah.
So we got basically three parts. We got the doughiness that we want. We want a eggy custard. We've got the butter note and maybe some kind of pudding vanilla or something like that, right?
Yeah. That's so like to elaborate a bit more on the idea. When I picture it, it's like eggy custard, but also sort of like a Bavarian cream donut or something filling style of that.
Yeah.
Like more runny.
Yeah, a runnier thing. And then like, caramels are welcome here, butter welcome, and then like something to really sell like dough.
Have you ever tried mixing Babe Train croissant with Wonder Flavors croissant to have the butter and the crust?
I've never tried mixing both, but I've tried it with both of them. And with Vape Train, that's where I really learned that you can go TPA butter levels with it.
But you don't want a popcorn butter. You want just like a creamy butter almost.
Yeah, and honestly, like I imagine the butter component being like the lightest touch. I want like the ultimate Fat Kid recipe, but delicately made.
Yeah.
I feel like every Fat Kid recipe is like cap vanilla custard at 8%.
Yeah, just blow it out.
Blow it out.
And go heavy, right?
It is a fat kid with money to go to a patisserie.
What do you want to work on first? Do you want to work on the pastry?
The most important part for me is the doughy, bready part.
Okay.
Nothing by its like. There's no single flavor I've ever tried that does it really well.
I'm usually use a biscuit and a fake cookie to make a pie.
Do not pronounce the U in that.
Yeah, we're talking about Bisquick over here.
Yeah,
We're
I
not
know.
making fucking pancakes. That was a while ago.
Biscuit.
Fucking fried chicken.
What do y'all think about using Vape Train pudding base to help that breadiness?
Good call.
Honestly, what I just thought of, like literally when we started talking about it, is Flavor starch base. I feel like could really help.
Starch base.
That's similar to pudding base in a way.
That would be
That one
Yeah.
used?
interesting. Yeah, that's one of those.
Think of together.
It's more of an additive to me, but I could see that working well as a bakery additive like that possibly. The thing too is it could go. The issue with starch base is it's not super defined towards what type of starch it is. It's just like
Yeah.
But that's exactly why I think it could work really well here.
And it could,
because
yeah,
it's not
it could.
specifically rice.
So for the breading part, we're going to use croissant starch base, and that's basically going to be the bread.
We'll see if we need anything else.
Because that's the other part of like the way at least the way I do Fat Kid mixing. You kind of start with an idea and then you make three to five different ways and you change it a bunch of times till you end up with like this is it.
I just want to like preface with a bit of a warning. I've tried to just break FA premium and it never works.
Yeah, I absolutely was not going to use that because you want this to be eggy, but you don't want it to be a vanilla custard eggy Capella. I mean, you want the eggy, you just don't want that thickness, right?
Right.
So what if you were to use vanilla custard fairly low, but add something like a whipped cream, something to kind of thin it out?
I would
I
use
was-
a cream with more milk on it.
Or like
My
a
idea
vanilla-
going into this, though, I had one I've never tested out, was to use like FA vanilla gelato or something with
Yeah, same thing.
custard.
You
Like
could
Wonder Flavors vanilla cream extra would also be in that area.
vanilla
okay.
swirl even.
Even vanilla
Yeah.
swirl is similar.
Okay, because we were thinking. Well, I was thinking a little bit of vanilla swirl might be all right in here.
So you want it to just be nondescript custard. That's your goal. You just
What's
want
the
nondescript custard and dough, basically, is what I'm getting.
Mhm.
Okay.
But also diabetes.
Well, yeah.
Testing
think-
supplies.
I think try it with the base of the croissant and the starch base. Use something. It's gonna add some vanilla, but I would probably just use a more generic vanilla custard because the vanilla is gonna help anyway. I think personally,
Mm-hmm.
even with the egginess. So like something like a cap or maybe even a TPA.
TPA's custard.
Yeah.
Flavora vanilla
Have you
pudding.
had?
Flavora vanilla custard. I was thinking that
Yeah.
too, Jeff.
Or that.
Because that it's got a little bit of that egginess. The vanilla's not so prominent.
Flavora would do that. I would still lean more towards a combo if you're gonna do that because I like those, but they're not. They don't scream egginess to me. Like
Yeah, you need a little bit more eggy.
But I almost wonder if that would help with the thinning it out.
it could, but I would try that together as a combo with cap because you want
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Cap and Flavora.
yeah.
Let's go with that for a start.
Yeah, I'd probably start with that and then like maybe I'll wait on that, but I'm gonna start wanting to add some like either caramel butter or like golden butter, something buttery to it too.
Hell.
And
You know, one
that's,
thing,
that's what I think would be like a place to start.
One thing I was thinking too, maybe this is a little out of the realm of what we're looking for, but when we were thinking butter and whatnot, I was thinking, what about like, like a butter cream, like a Capella butter cream or something?
Yep, that would work too. That was a thought too, because buttercream's great, but it would help. It could also help you with thinning out like a custard too.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the cap vanilla custard is the right custard to use. Just not so much where it's just overpowering vanilla custard, and having something, whatever it is, to thin that out. I think is whatever we use that's the way I would go.
Yeah.
Just something to thin that down some. Make it almost runny.
Mhm.
Not runty, but runny.
I'm gonna start wanting to add more butter.
Do you want to try the caramel butter?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we could try to add caramel butter. I like just because I just tasted these two together like slightly. It works really well, but I would, me personally, I want a lot more butter.
Jerry, you were talking about wanting to add more butter to it.
Yes.
In a Vera biscuit would absolutely do that.
Yeah, I think that might be something to really add to the base from the start.
All right, so we have Cap vanilla custard, Dinnerware biscuit, Flavora starch base, Wonder Flavors caramel butter, Babe Train croissant, and Flavora vanilla custard.
We're gonna want to go weird.
Wait,
we're
so
not gonna
far-
go super heavy on the custards.
Yeah, pretty light on the custard. Well, at least
Yeah.
cap. So let's see. Let's start with the croissant, I guess. I would imagine a starting range of like 2 or 3%, maybe.
I'm gonna let's just start at 2. Screw it. Start
All
at 2. We'll
2.
figure out if it's too high, too low.
Cool.
Babe train croissant
Um,
too.
And then starch base. I don't have any experience with this one, so
I'm saying
0.5.
0.5% at most.
Yeah.
I'm still
I'm
thinking.
just gonna say this, which is probably a bad idea, but this is where I was at. I was thinking like 2% starch base.
Let's start at 1 then.
And then let's see, Bisquick. I would say we should keep that kind of low. I wouldn't want to take it any higher than 0.5% on the Bisquick.
I was thinking a half to 1.
One.
Yeah.
0.75 is what I'm hearing.
Biscuit.
All right. What about Flavora vanilla custard? All right, hold on. Not Chef said 2.
Yeah, I was going to say
I'm
2.
thinking 2. Yeah.
Sheba 2. Jerry 2. Anybody else? Graham said 1.
I'm saying 1 too.
Like
Max?
1.09 maybe 0.0 something.
So
Yeah.
Split the difference to go 1.17.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
that sounds really good.
1.17.
Okay.
I like 17.
I think 1.5 is it's like 3 and 3 basically.
See,
4%.
I'd almost
I can
make
see
the
it.
base first and then add the custards.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would add the caramel butter to that base.
Oh,
'cause
okay.
I want the butter. I would start with
Start
those
with the butter.
4 and see how that feels, and then layer custards on after.
So you're saying try the base without custard?
That's probably what I would do personally. Yeah.
All right, so caramel butter.
I don't know, 2.
I've used it at 2, and it's buttery. I mean, if you want butter, it's at 2%. It's gonna be butter, but it's not popcorn butter.
Yeah, dude, this is pretty fucking good.
It's good. I want more. I want more mouthfeel. I want more body.
I think the doughiness is pretty great.
The flavor itself is
It's good.
really good,
Yeah.
but as far as it being full, doughy, thick texture, and just like full bodied, it's very thin.
Custards will add a lot to that.
There
but-
are also some balance tweaks too that I
Yeah.
have.
Okay.
Okay.
But there are things where like I'd almost want a little bit more biscuit. I do want a little bit more texture, mouthfeel.
But I get like a bakery. I get a lot more biscuit than I thought I was gonna get, but then I also get like a little bit of like a brown sugar cereal kind of thing going on.
Mm-hmm. I think that's kind of coming from the caramel butter plus, some of these, but
Yeah.
I like the caramel butter in there a lot.
I want it to
I-
come up too. I think it's phenomenal in there.
I think we should go higher with it.
I think we go higher with a lot of this. Actually.
Yeah, a lot of all of it, honestly.
The only thing I would probably go a little bit less than starch base and bring everything else up.
Flavor's great. I love how doughy it tastes.
Yeah, but I want a little bit more texture there, and I want a little bit thicker mouthfeel from the main base here.
Yeah, what do you think? Do you think it needs more biscuit?
You want less biscuit.
No, what I want less is a starch base.
I'm agreeing with you there. I want a little bit less starch base too.
1%?
That was what I was thinking. Actually, was flipping starch base and biscuit for Vape Train.
You think 0.75 starch base or 0.5?
I don't know. Only one way to find out.
Start at 0.5 and then see if you want to add more.
And then do we want to bump the caramel butter up too?
I for sure do. I just
Absolutely.
I don't know how
good.
high.
Yeah, how high on that?
3?
If we get this nailed and a little bit heavy butter wise, you could honestly just add like 1% or 1.5% of custard and buttercream and call it good, or something like that. Not have to go super ham on custard.
I didn't want to in the first place. I was thinking
Right.
at least cap custard. I want to keep that low because we're
And honestly,
using
I think you're right. I think the more I'm thinking about it, I think we should try a version with cap and Flavora custards, but also a version of cap and cap buttercream.
Do you want to introduce that now or wait until we try the base again?
I would wait again, but let's just nail the base. But
I can't wait till we add custard to this, you guys.
yeah, I think this is where we start adding custard, add other things, because I'm at least for the Vape Train, I'm super fucking happy.
I mean, Jeannie K said it good. If it's good, stop.
Cap vanilla custard and buttercream?
I don't know if we're going to have too much frosting. Like,
No, like that is the worry. Like I agree with you. That's what I was trying to say. But like, it's so good. I want to at least try.
okay, vanilla custard, what? 4?
I think that's a little too high.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna start. I would
Say 2% maybe.
I would go with 2. If we're gonna use cap, I'd go 2-1.
Okay.
2 custard, 1 buttercream.
And even that might still be too much, to be honest.
First of all, we're going to start out with Inawera biscuit at 1%. Next, we're adding Capella buttercream at 1%. Okay, next we're using Wonder Flavors caramel butter. This is a delicious flavor. What are we using it at? 3%. Next, we're using Vape Train croissant at 2.5%.
Croissant.
Now we're using a new flavoring that Flavora put out. Starch base, we're going to be using it at 0.5%. And last, we're using Capella Vanilla Custard V1 at 2%. I don't want to be a downer, but I'm missing a little bit of that
Creaminess.
thick cream.
Yeah, me too. That's what I was thinking.
But
It's,
the
it's
overall
good, but-
flavor is fucking delicious.
Yeah, the flavor's great,
Yes,
but I want a
I'm
little
missing-
bit more cream.
I don't necessarily want to go up higher with the vanilla custard, I don't think.
So what do you do there? Vanilla swirl, maybe?
Vanilla cream extra could work.
Hazelnut and cream?
I want to say the Bavarian cream version's better.
Really?
Yeah.
Just the JF, yeah.
isn't
Just
that-
the Bavarian cream.
Well, with the custard. But isn't that pretty good?
Yeah.
No marshmallow?
Fuck, it's hard to tell at this point.
It might be time to just put it on the shelf.
Oh.
It's looking like just Bavarian cream is the winner for right now.
Cool.
But you like that Bavarian cream as much as I do.
Yeah, I do.
As soon as I tasted that, that's why I told you to make it.
I mean, why didn't we think of Bavarian cream to begin with? Because that seems like the logical kind of way to go.
I think we did, but I think we also wanted to be stupid and fancy.
I was thinking it might impart too much of its own flavor.
That too, but that's why I was wondering about the jungle flavors, because I didn't think about jungle flavors at first. I thought TPA, because I was thinking
right.
TPA first.
Yeah.